I've been talking about this section for a while. Keep saying we're going to get to it. Now that we've got the back of the longitudinal / rocker cleaned up, buttoned up, we're going to turn our attention to the piece. There's a piece that kind of goes like that. That's the remnants of it that are left. I'm going to just start cutting in here and grind this all down and get rid of the old part so we can put on the new part. All right, I was able to get everything pretty good, pretty well cleaned up. I need to de-rust this, and I think I need to make a little flange for here. I want this to be really stable. I need something to weld to there. The rest of this will clean up just fine, I'm pretty sure. This is our replacement panel, and you can see, I think you can buy these with a bent flange. The two pieces that came with the car didn't have the flange bent, they were just flat. So I just kind of drew a line about 1 inch from the edge, bent it up with my pliers, and then I've been hammering on it just a little bit, and it's starting to fit really good. This is the second piece that I've encountered that has the wrong curve out here, which is, I don't know, a little bit annoying. You want everything to match up nice, but my thought was, let's just hammer this flange down, get it mated to the car. It'll help. Starting to feel pretty good. Quick look at that flange. It's fitting really well. Again, these panels are, for the most part, pretty nice panels. Way better than the Volkswagen stuff that I've used in the past. And that's all Carbon Ghia, so you can imagine the runs are pretty limited on those. So I think the next move will be to get some holes punched in here, and then I need to trace out all the lines on the back for where I need to punch holes for all the substructure. We got a bunch of things cleaned up in here. We got all of the bits and pieces taken out. I wound up adding a little chunk to the end of this flange. There's a little damage here, but I think we're gonna be okay not having that little piece there. I went through and did a weld through primer, a zinc rich weld through on the welding surfaces all here, and then I blew some epoxy back in. And then there's one little spot, I'll show a close-up here, back in here, that I just had to make a quick little patch panel and zip together because there was a hole in the inner sheet metal here, and it's easier to fix from down here than it is from the other side. Lastly, I put zinc primer on all of the weld spots on the back of this panel, and then I filled in the balance with epoxy. So again, you know, we're just trying to give this thing a fighting chance as we go. There's one hole that I'm not super happy with right here. It's just a little bit inboard of what I would have wanted, but it's gonna work out. It's gonna be okay. Then my plan on this down here is to start welding and then hammer each one of these down. They'll get better as they go. I'm gonna move this a little bit. I think. Digging it. It's fitting up really, really well. From my perspective anyway, the structural piece here, I got to roll this onto its wheels here and weld the sill. Man, that's feeling pretty darn good. We still have this panel here, but it holds the fender in place, so I want to make sure. I've got a few other things, but I'm not gonna lie, having that closing panel on feels pretty darn good. It's like this whole assembly, the whole structural assembly is finally back to one piece again, and the car's fairly solid. Sorry, I have to duck. I have that right over my head. I got a series of scars up here from hitting my head on that. But anyway, I think that's where we're gonna cut it for today. I wanna thank everybody for joining me. We'll catch you on the next one, all right? That feels good. She's finally back down on her wheels again. Oh, it looks a lot more like a car from this angle. You thought I forgot, didn't you? No, I didn't. So now all the clamps are out. All the stuff is in.